Hey Scorpio, what's going on, guys? This is your reading for Scorpio season. Let's see what's going on with Scorpio during Scorpio season. Nine of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Queen of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. All right, I feel like for a lot of you Scorpios, it's time it's time to let go during Scorpio season. Time to release the drama from the past, the conflict, inner conflict, outer conflict, all of it. This Nine of Wands it has a very like protective energy. Like there's a wall up around you, but that wall creates trouble for you. It creates trouble. So you know, I almost feel like it for Scorpios, you guys should be working on your boundaries. Working on your boundaries with people. Um I just heard laying down the law. Letting people know where you stand, like what you will accept, what you won't accept. And then people that are not okay with it, they're not meant to be in your life. And people that are okay with your boundaries, they're meant to be there. Those people and your boundaries, you know. Um, Eight of Cups is about walking away from what no longer serves us, heading towards something more fulfilling, something, um, something more abundant, liberating ourselves from an empty way of living, an empty way of living, an empty way of feeling. I know for Scorpio, feelings can be very, very intense. I have a Scorpio moon, so I know the energy very well. It can be very intense, but so intense that we put up walls and we're ready to we're ready to tear shit down, tear shit down. Um, hmm. Got the Queen of Swords, the Fool, and the Two of Swords, with the Three of Pentacles at the bottom. Really building solid boundaries. You know, you can't, you have to be clear on them. You can't just try to make a boundary, like try to set a boundary, but you can't bend on it. But you also don't want to build a wall. That's the thing here. I feel like for Scorpios during Scorpio season, you're going to be working on setting boundaries without building walls. All right, with the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Swords. I heard her say, let it go, put it down. Um, you see how it's like she's got this wall. Let's call it a boundary. She's built this boundary, but she's she almost feels defensive. You don't need to be defensive. Yeah, you know, there's a difference between building a wall to protect yourself, you know, because that's a defense. Like, I've got this wall, no one can get in. But we need to take down the wall and just draw a line in the sand. You know, take this stick instead of trying to push someone back and hit them with it to get them to go away. Just draw a line in the sand. Be like, look, this is where my line is. If you can respect it, then you don't you won't get hit by my wall. But if you don't respect it, then that's when I put my wall up. Um, I feel like we have to let go of just having a wall around all around. We have to be open to allowing people in, but also be discerning and protective of our energy, but not defensive, or offensive, you know. Like this Queen of Swords energy is like make make the rules clear. And those that follow them, they're your people. Those that don't, well, bye. I let you know what the rules are that I'm comfortable with, that I'm okay with. But also be open to hearing other people's, like, what are their boundaries? What are their rules? What are they comfortable with, not comfortable with? And if you guys can agree on the boundaries, and then even if there's like say somebody's like, oh well, your boundary makes me uncomfortable, but I understand your boundary, so I'm okay with it. You know, that's fine too. Now with the Fool, it's um, the Fool with the Five of Wands. It's remember I was saying drama earlier. It's almost kind of like being blind to the drama, like just kind of just like, you know what, I don't have a care in the world. I don't have a care in the world. I'm That's part of the conflict. It's like things are happening or people are saying or doing things that it makes it difficult to not have a care in the world. But we need to say these are my boundaries. You accept them or you don't, because I'm going to live the carefree life from now on. And I don't have time to be worrying about other people and if they respect my boundaries or not. So it's like these are my rules. Um, hmm. And like I said, you have to be clear. You have to be clear on them. And if you're clear on them, then you're not going to have to keep going back and forth with people on them. Set the rules, be clear on them from the jump. Be look, we're going to have this conversation once, pretty much. You know, if you start to cross a line, you know, I'll remind you. Remember that conversation we had about my boundaries, and you know, if somebody pulls back and is like, "Oh yeah, my bad," like I forgot, like I'm working on it. You know, that's fine. But if somebody is like, so what, and then you, all right, well, I'm not going to keep going back and forth. I'm done. I'm living a carefree life. I don't have time to keep explaining this to you over and over and over again. You know, um, so just let people know and be clear. You know, and if it's important people you really don't want to leave your life, make sure you're like, all right, we got to have like a full on conversation, undivided attention, because I need to set some things right so that way we can keep connecting. All right. Let's pull on the feminine energy. Well, we'll do it in a second because I gotta touch base on the Queen of Cups with the Two of Swords. Hmm. Part of the reason that we don't know what to say or we don't know what to do is because I'm starting to feel really quiet. Like I feel like some of you just shut down. It becomes too emotional. Like I said, Scorpio energy is very intense. So if it becomes like too emotional, that's when you lose sight of things. If there's too much conflict, we start to lose sight of things. So that's why, like I've been saying over and over during this reading, The people that really matter to you, have that conversation with them and let them know, look, I gotta change things up. I gotta do things differently. I don't want to end up bitter towards you or you bitter towards me. So here's the deal. Here is how I am. Here is how I handle things. Um, just complete and total open vulnerability with that initial conversation. And then after that, like, it shouldn't have to be another repetitive long conversations. It could just be like a reminder of, hey, yeah, remember that conversation, or bye. you know all right, let's pull on the feminine energy. The Eight of Wands. um a change in perspective. It's uh it's coming in fast, but it's also like going to shift things fast. Yeah, I mean, it does. It makes it easier when like I was saying, if you set the boundary and somebody doesn't want to respect it and you're like, bye, they can sit there complaining about it all they want. You already fucking explained it. If you would have to keep explaining it in thorough detail over and over and over again, I mean, unless this person has a brain injury or something, you, you don't have to keep fucking doing that. You don't have to keep explaining yourself. We need to really learn how to align with our soul family. And sometimes our soul family is not the family we're born into. Sometimes our soul family is not our friends that we grew up with. Sometimes our soul family is not the people that we've been dating or talking to. Um, Sometimes it's a completely different energy, type of energy altogether, you know? All right, let's pull a clarifier. That wasn't much of a shuffle. Yeah, moving away from feeling. I'm feeling just like let down, let down. Hold on, I'm gonna pull clarifiers on that right now. What is? Yeah. All right. Nine of Pentacles, liberating, breaking free, and letting go of connections that let you down. Um, there are people out there that aren't going to let you down. There are people out there that will respect who you are and what your wishes are. You just have to move forward away from the people and situations that don't. And the ones that are supposed to follow you on your journey are going to follow you and respect what it is that you're doing. If you're telling somebody, I gotta live my life differently because I'm feeling fucking let down, miserable, fucking conflicted, and if somebody's not like, oh yeah, sure, whatever you need, like, let me know. Like, why wouldn't somebody do that if they really fucking care about you? If they're gonna bitch at you and bust your balls about it, then they don't really fucking care. And if they don't really care, then bye. Bye. All right, let's see. The masculine energy, Four of Pentacles, with the Queen of Wands at the bottom. What I'm getting off this is understanding your value, knowing your value, and holding on to it. I'm noticing his feet, like know where you stand, Know where you stand. Let other people know where you stand. And the right people will be attracted to you, attracted to that energy. The Death card. Yeah, see, it's something has to come to an end for something new to begin. Letting people know where you stand, holding on onto your values instead of just tossing it aside to avoid the conflict because the feelings get too intense. The feelings get too intense, so it almost feels like you could explode. It feels like you could explode if you don't change things. And we've got the sun at the bottom of the deck. I feel like the sun is finally rising after a very long, dark fucking night for some of you. Some of you may have been going through a dark night of the soul. Um, Hold on, let's pull clarifiers for the Death card with the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you can't fake it anymore. You can't fake it anymore. Scorpios, you have such an intense energy. Your feelings can be so intense. So it's like you can't afford you can't afford to just keep bullshitting yourself and having to bullshit other people so you don't end up hurting them. Because that's what it is. If Scorpio is holding back from snapping back, you hurt yourself. So you have to change the way of doing things and the way other people around you are doing things. Or else things are going to keep building up, building up, building up until you do finally explode. Or if you're just going to keep lashing out at people, because some of you, I feel like some of you are just lashing out at people. Um, I feel like you're going to learn how to speak your truth. Take some time to really, really look at yourself. Look at your growth. Look how far you've come. Look at where you've been. Look at where you're heading. And also the people around you. Look at where you've been with them. Look at where things are heading with them. What do you want different about it? What do you want to change about it? What's that saying? Like, be the change that you want to see. We have to lead by example. We have to show the way. And if we keep showing the way as having a wall up or being combative, then that's just going to keep happening. We're going to have to keep the wall up. We're going to have to keep fighting. And it doesn't have to be like that. All right? So I'm going to leave this here, Scorpio. Please comment down below and let me know how this resonates with you. Like, share, subscribe, and good luck, guys. Bye.